You.
All right, finally, we begin. I'm going to do a little excerpt reading deal, and then we'll get the show on the road. As soon as I get my volume fixed. There it is. All right, so our journey begins aboard the Fighting Trident, a sailing ship that carries adventurers to Dragonpost from Port Regal on Nomirian's southwestern coast, Cliffside Landing in eastern Tomlin, and the capital city of Skygraze of the Kynan Dominion. Dragonpost is tucked in a southeast inlet where sea meets the perilous lands of Gyrock, a partially mapped continent named after the earthen titan of legend. It has been near 2 weeks since this particular voyage began at Cliffside Landing. The journey is always long when avoiding Ryska's fury, which is an ever-raging tempest at the heart of the Aldean Sea, named so for the civilization that first braved its brutal waters. Ships that draw too close to her fury are pulled in by the violent currents that reach their invisible tendrils underneath the surface of the sea. They reach well beyond the towering cloud tops of the churning storms, ready to pluck a ship from its course for steering into her territory. It's still near a week, 11 days is a week, before the Fighting Trident reaches port. Less if the winds are kind. The night is hot, with air so thick that it clings to skin and cloth, binding the two together in a loose glare. Below deck, a minstrel drunkenly plucks a horse and rider on his lute. While the Fighting Trident is no lavish ship, nor large enough to be one, it does house a dining area big enough for near all of the passengers to fit in. And it's here, at a makeshift table made from barrels and old wooden slats, that our adventurer's story begins. A faint citrus smell lingers about the cabin. Bottles clank about, shifting and spinning as the ship rolls about the sea. A young, clean-cut blonde, hardly a man, struggles to keep his books steady on his table. Theories on movement of landmass clunks to the floor, and cartographers charting courses for threatens to tip off the stack next. He uses a foot to slide the book on the floor closer to his table, and another large swell tips the ship on angle, and he goes pale and drops "Gods, who are they and where have they gone?" and rushes to an open barrel that's already sloshing about.
Just a moment, sorry.
Sure.
All good.
Alrighty. The laughter of other passengers rises, and a whispery voice echoes out. "That's 4. You've lost your bet." A black-haired ram demi-human snorts. "Want to double down?" He taunts and runs a hand through his hair. Across from him, a plump demi snarls back. She has bear-like ears with dark brown fur and a fearsome set of teeth. "You keep that up, and I'll have your horns for sale by the time we dock. Now cup your dice and roll." And it's here that you guys will be able to take turns interacting with the crew, which shall be revealed now. These are the ones that you guys have kind of had a chance to catch a glance at, maybe speak to here and there. Keep in mind that there's many other passengers, but it would be asinine to token all of them and have them all set down on a crowded
I know you
map.
have layers to this ship, like an onion or an
Mhm.
ogre, but we're
Yes.
still on the deck.
No, this is below.
I'm saying
This is nighttime.
It's showing us still on the deck.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
Now we're
Now-
inside.
No,
Now we're inside.
now you're on the deck. What?
Oh.
No, not. This is the deck. You guys have it backwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the darker one is underneath.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah. See? Because when I do this,
The canvas.
all right.
So,
How many floors is this ship?
Technically floor, if you count the bilges, which aren't mapped, it's really small, kind of like where water tends to hold in the bottom of a ship. I'm going to do a turn order of, since Layla is a sailor, we'll have Layla lead as far as whenever we're not in combat. It's going to be Layla, we'll do Gruz, we'll do Gadget, Miri, and the Hellspawn. Sorry, Nissa, the devil, demon,
You had it right.
tiefling.
So is it Nissa or Nisa or what is
Is it Nissa, Niso, Satan?
It's it's Nisser.
No, it's Nissa.
Nissa? Okay.
Oh, it's Gruzo.
Checking.
No.
Is it Gruzo or Gruzzo?
Gruzo.
We gotta figure out-
Gruzo.
Gruzo. All right.
He Gruzo.
So, but we won't be able to interact with him until he makes himself known, or until otherwise discovered. So, Layla, take it away.
It's dinner time, so Layla will have quickly eaten whatever meal has been prepared.
Mhm.
She'll have been keeping an eye around, looking at the various passengers, because
Okay.
she wants to make sure that nobody's been mostly eyeballing the crew, or seems to be having any designs. She's mostly concerned about the welfare of the crew and the ship as a whole.
Okay.
So she's been keeping an eye on everybody throughout the voyage, just trying to
Okay.
make sure that
So I'm not going to
nobody's even
require.
inadvertently making problems for the boat.
Yeah. So I'm not going to need a perception check, but if you can give me an insight check on Zal, the token Zal.
Can I get an insight check on Zal? You Zal.
Well, correctly. There we go.
All right, so 15. Very good. So Zal, you know him as Salvador. As you had access to ship roster, you know his full name is Salvador Gustav. He's an artificer of the Kainan Dominion, kind of a rigid, blunt personality, but he's fairly shady. And he continues to draw your eye. He's always, it just seems like he's always hiding something and has something to hide. And you can see him eyeing Deka and Riv, which Deka is the bear demi and Riv is the ram demi. They're gambling at this table, and you
So
have
it's clear
Don
they have
here.
some wealth then.
Yeah, Don here is it looks like he wants to play. Geoff here, Jeffrey, is kind of just minding his own business. He's Jeffrey is a almost middle-aged man, long, straight brown hair, same colored eyes, kind of a golden tan. And he always likes to walk around with his short sword and dagger kind of like at hand. He's got a squarish face with a handlebar mustache. He's always like really just calm, collected, confident kind of composure. But he is also eyeing the dice. But the girl Melanie next to Don. They're engaged, and she's kind of like all over him at the moment. He's just watching the dice. But it's Zal, Salvador, that is really just drawing your eye at the moment.
I'll keep a close watch on him. In
Okay.
between casting every so often a glance at one of our other mysterious passengers, who is, I believe, a cloaked person.
Yes.
The entire voyage so far.
Who's been the cloaked person?
That would be Nissa.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yes,
So Nissa,
has-
have you been kind of like bundled up as much as you could during this? Basically, it's past 22 days.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Looks like a
I would have
goblin
assumed.
Marion.
Yeah, if that's the case, then I would assume that there have been all sorts of like weird rumors around the crew that maybe you've been horribly disfigured or like just
Yeah,
all these
something ain't right.
strange things about why you might be that.
Yeah, something ain't right with that girl. But it's also a layer of mysteriousness because she has this Adeptus Arcanum pendant clasped to this cloak.
Which is the
This
reason
is-
nobody on the crew has forced the issue about being
Exactly.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Fry our
It's kinda like-
brains.
It's just kind of been like, huh. Well, that's weird.
No one messes too much with a mage.
Not an adept.
Especially from an adept.
Yeah. All right. So you're keeping watch. Fantastic. That will bring us to Gruzo. Gruzo, your journey aboard this vessel has, to put it bluntly, sucked ass. It's, we know why you want to get to Dragonpost. It's a land of adventure and new beginnings. But most of your time during this voyage has been spent in the bilges, basically waist high in water constantly, and having to sneak about in and out of quarters trying to nab food here and there. I'm sure you've been extremely careful this entire time not to be noticed. And as I have noted, you have not been discovered yet. There's not even the slightest thing amiss at the moment. Is there anything you would like to do as you're down here, kind of sloshing about, listening to this drunken plucking up above you?
To be fair,
Grizzly's-
it's pretty good.
Grizzly's kind of just there, just like holding our rope and swaying with the water, just thinking about how badly he wants to just cut the strings on that stupid instrument. He's been hearing it the last 5 fucking days every night.
Oh yeah. It seems like no matter what, banjos are following you.
He's just sitting there thinking about gonna have to get up there and get some food eventually.
So you might be plotting a way to maybe break the strings while you're at it.
You have no idea.
So the first few nights down here were less boring because the rats kept you company, mostly by trying to eat your toes. After you had taken care of those rats, though, it's gotten rather boring. You did manage to swipe an old deck of cards that's missing a few cards, so you have something to keep your hands busy, but that's really about it.
No solitaire for you.
Yeah, it's missing a queen of hearts and an ace of spades.
Oh, that's one of the worst cards to be missing in the ace. You really can't play solitaire now.
you stuck on just three suits. Yeah, miserable times for poor Gruzo.
If only
Gonna have to
you'd
steal
found an
more
innkeep.
cards.
If only you'd found an innkeep to give you the mission to kill the rats first.
All right, so onward to our sylph. By the way, those of you watching, if you don't already know, I'm going to drop a link for you. You can, of course, use the extension to look at the characters, but to learn more about the world of Hylon, you can go here, and you can actually view the map, see where they are at on the Fighting Trident. Of course, I hit the lowest DPI button on my mouse as I say this. Okay, I know my own chat rules. Jeez. There you go. All right. So to take us over to Gadget. Again, so you've learned that there's another artificer on board. And by goodness, does he hate you at this point in time.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, so what you doing?
Exactly. He's kind of keeping an eye, like making sure you haven't approached him yet, and he's kind of waiting for like if you do, he's gonna just conveniently get up and go get some food.
Oh, I could make this very fun. Oh, I'm hungry too. Let's go.
No, thank you. I'll just sit back down.
I can go get you something.
That would be wonderful. I'll just take get just an orange and some bread, please.
Orange and bread. Got it. And I come back with orange and bread.
Wait, you come back with an orange in bread?
Sandwich.
A perfect circle cut anyway.
She's made him an orange and bread sandwich, yeah.
Well, actually, no. I take that back. I come back with orange marmalade on the bread.
There you go.
Okay.
So is that too advanced technology?
I am an artificer. I can do what I want. It's called smash the orange. You do this, and then you spread it on the bread.
It's called science.
I don't need tinkerer's tools for that.
Blinded me with marmalade.
So you come back in like less than 6 seconds, and he's already sighing as he turns around and he looks down and he goes, all right, I can work with this. And he pats the edge of the table. All right, what do you want to talk about?
All right, well now I have to climb up the table because I am
Right.
very short. So actually no, if there is a chair, I can climb up the arm or the leg of the chair, and then I can make it. I can.
It's a barrel.
hop from the chair onto the. Oh well, then yeah, then I'm gonna do the
If
chicken
she
hop a
has-
few
has-
times, and then I do eventually get up there. And then.
If she has trouble, Miri can come over and pick her up and put her on.
She needs her uppies.
Doing the thing where
I got this.
she's.
Yeah, it's pretty much just hold on. I was like, no, I got this, and I do eventually get it. And I'm like, okay. I was like, so, what's your specialty? And I am swinging my legs on the edge of the table because I can.
He takes a bite of the bread with the marmalade, and he's not bad, and takes a sip of his mead, and he says, I was an artificer for the Dominion. No longer the case. You could say I find the potential of Dragonpost to be too alluring to be stuck in Fort Seagaze for another day.
I mean, it does get boring. Yeah, you want to go places and do things, and learn new things, and yeah, just
Not work in a lab all day, every day.
yeah. So
The-
the lab, alchemy?
No.
No.
Engineering.
Ah, okay. I did a lot of alchemy, and painting. And though I lost my painting tools at some point, I don't know where they are, but I figure I can come across them later, So I just
we've had the same conversation for the past 22 days.
Well, I mean, when you don't bring up new stuff, I mean, what else am I supposed to talk about?
That's the point.
I don't want to talk about my past.
Okay.
From there, we'll move to Miri, who, by the way, is a centaur.
What is this voice? What voice? Oh.
She is a centaur. This centaur was built using the Theros rules. Anyways.
She was made out of sticks.
Yes, she's made out of sticks. She's a stick centaur. She's a Trojan centaur. All right.
she
So,
has, like,
what
a
is
bunch of
Miri
little
doing?
centaurs inside her?
Yeah,
Or
she's
is
a
that only if she's
matryoshka
had a good
centaur.
weekend?
I see games. I want to play
Yeah, sure.
games.
Yes, I also
no.
wanted to play games, but I saw Grumpy Face, and he needed
Come,
he needed to smirk.
Watch the tail.
So.
Yeah,
I want to scoot on in. Any way that
I
I
can.
can. Are you guys playing? Let me play. What are you playing?
Isn't it a 2-player game?
they both like they look at Layla as if they've been betrayed because she was blocking the way, and
Layla
they both
just
look.
looks back and just gives them a like.
I don't know.
Like, do you see how big she is? How am I supposed to block her?
It's like, how am I gonna block a horse, guys?
She's
She
the only
goes-
one on the ship bigger than me.
Deca just looks up and says, "You can have the next roll. Go ahead, take it." And Riv looks up at you and he goes, "Hey, what you betting?"
What are we playing?
Dice.
Oh, okay.
You roll them. You try to get the higher numbers, and if you don't, you lose. Deca, there's like a quick bump underneath the boards of the table, and Riv's just like, fine. Okay, it's like poker, but dice. Jesus. Ow. You got full houses. You got 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind. You got all that stuff. If you get 5 of a kind, it's an automatic win, basically. Unless, of course, I get a 5 of a kind too, and it's higher. Anyways, you roll 5 6-sided dice in this cup and throw them down. Not the cup. You throw the dice down. Don't throw the cup.
I think I get it.
All right.
Immediately throws the cup through a porthole.
I like this game. Another.
Yeah.
How do we
All right.
how do we know what we rolled when the dice don't float in the ocean?
Yeah.
All right. So you can, if you want to, roll 5d6. Yeah, it's basically Yahtzee. All right. So you got a full house of
Wow.
4s and
Pretty
2
good.
6s.
Full of 6s.
Yeah.
They roll against each other. Now, what did you bet? Did you bet like a silver or like?
Armor.
I'll put 5 silver.
All right, so he matches the bet, and he has to roll as well. And he gets a 2, 3, 4, and 2 5s. So he loses. He begins to slide his 5 silver across the table, and he goes, double or nothing.
It's just us playing?
Yes, it's just 2 players right now. He hasn't taken his finger off the silver.
Yeah, sure.
That's a lot of money for a level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, double nothing.
He,
We have no idea what level Riv is though.
That's
yeah. So he releases his hand from the silver and puts another 5 into the middle of the table there. Salvador has taken his attention away from the gadget and is looking at the silver on the table.
Is Salvador the artificer?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So this time he's going to roll first. And we have ourselves a pair of 2s. 6 high.
You can't see if we're.
I know you
supposed
can't
to
see it.
We can't. Okay.
No, and I don't have a way to disable that yet. It's on the list of things for them to add soon, but sadly I can't reveal them yet.
Curses.
So drop
Yeah.
5 6s.
Yep. You got a pair of 4s.
3, 4,
He
5,
goes,
6.
beginner's luck. It's all yours. So you earned yourself 10 silver. And he goes, he goes to start asking for another round. But Deca's like, you still owe me. She just takes the cup out of your hand and turns it upside down on the table and kind of like grumbles as she's looking up at you.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll just
From there. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just kind of watching. I need
How big
From
a
there.
pair is she?
She's taller than Layla. She's about 6'4". She's just under 6'1.5".
Damn.
She's very well built. Yeah, let me actually, I should properly describe her. She's an oval of a woman. Her stocky arms and large hands give way to broad shoulders and a stout neck. She has a wide jaw atop her, and the top of her head are brown furred, bear-like ears. A stub of a tail pokes out above her pants' backside. She seems to favor her mace and clearly loves to gamble. She's traveling with that ram Dimmy. I almost said that damn Remy. Named Riv. Yeah. Riv, on the other hand, he has shoulder-long black hair that drapes over his ram horns. His small tail often pushes his long cloak back a bit. It's like a reverse boner. He has a very angular face and near rectangles for eyes. He's kind of always squinting. It's often hard to tell if he's joking or being serious, and he hardly ever seems to take an angry tone with others. He's traveling with Dekka. All right, from there, let's go to the brooding tiefling, Nissa.
I'm not brooding that much.
Look at your token.
Look, I'm just relaxing. If I haven't eaten anything, I would probably try and grab something, but I try and grab it without anyone else there.
Okay. Yeah, by this point in the journey, the chef, the cook on Cookie on board is he kind of always has a plate ready for you because he knows that you're always like 30 minutes after everybody else gets their dinner. So he's cleaned up all his cooking and your plate's just kind of sitting there on the edge of his cutting board area. When you come in, he just gives you a nod.
Is it that weird thing where like you go up to the buffet but there's people there and you're like, okay, I'll sit back down. And you go to get up again and then more people move. It's just like, I'll wait. I'm cool.
It's exactly that.
Just pulls out a big straw, just sticks it in like a little hole in the hood.
All right, so
Extra
Nissa,
mashed potatoes.
that would put you back over this way some as you're getting your food, and then you can return to the table.
Nice.
Barrels of fruits do we have nearby?
Of course, it's the reason for the faint citrus smell, but I'll get back to that on your turn. Anything else, Nissa?
I missed everything.
It's okay. Nissa she got up and got her food finally after everybody had cleared out.
Yeah.
In the most brooding way possible.
I'll probably eat it, but be watching like the rest of the crew, like nonchalantly, just making sure. Probably paying attention to like.
Are you like taking the food and like putting it under your scarf, like?
If you've kept yourself hidden this whole time, you've got to be doing something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Very awkwardly. But still hidden.
Yeah.
Have I attempted talking to Nissa yet? I'm assuming I have at this point. I'm getting in everybody's face. I do not understand the concept of personal space.
Hang
so
on.
I am sitting right next to So this is the guy sitting. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is the guy sitting at the table, and my character is right here. So she is very close to everybody.
I imagine that the crew and myself avoid you mostly by gotta go up the rigging.
All right. So are you chilling there, or are you just gonna eat in silence and hope nobody bothers you?
Probably hope no one bothers me while keeping an eye out for anyone that might be coming at me, so I can maybe make a hasty retreat.
Okay.
Hey, you forgot your roll. Gotta go.
What is going? Oh, that's why I gotta disable that. There we go.
Did you want the honey butter for your roll? Nope.
Well, honey butter.
I would like to think that because she waits like 30 minutes until everyone's done, she's just like hungrily eating things before someone talks to me.
Something is going on with the music. Do you hear it? You hear it?
Yeah.
Gruza's finally decided to take him out.
Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night.
I'm trying to figure out where. Here.
That
There we go.
that,
Who's
that or
this one?
somebody has just gone over there and also started plucking the
Yeah.
strings with them.
Gruzo hears from the village. Man, I'm gonna have to retune this all night tonight to get it better.
Oh gosh.
Just thinking tonight's the night someone dies.
A knife just pokes up from the floorboards.
Pink, pink,
Why is it still going on?
pink.
Oh, the music is still going. Even though
It's
you
still
stopped
going,
it?
even though I've stopped it.
Sometimes,
Maybe if I
Yeah,
refresh.
oh, man, he's on it.
yeah, sometimes it takes a while for it
Throw
to
the
fade
man
out.
overboard.
You can't cease the cursed banjo. You're like,
It
you're
is,
like
it's-
getting there,
it's
and
totally
the guy's
cursed.
like,
This is my own
the guy's
personal
like-
hell.
you get there, and the guy's got like blisters all over his fingers, and he's like, I can't stop playing. Save me.
Jesus.
Why is the stupid thing still going? Does everybody else hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a mystery. I have no idea where it's coming from either.
Can you just like stop all?
I have hit that button.
Okay, so when Zal over here said that they used to be an artificer over in the Dominion over there, was that him saying what his guild was, or no?
The Dominion is the country.
Just
he's
the
talking
area.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
But
the
Kind
country.
of Dominion.
are you okay? So I'm gonna say,
And
well,
then
are
he
you?
further
in
said
Hang
he
on,
was-
because I've got to get this
You gotta
fixed.
get that music to stop. Can't stop won't
Can't
stop.
stop, won't stop.
It gets to the point where this will be the last time we ever hear the
Everybody-
banjo.
people
Yeah.
are trying to get him to stop. Like, dude,
stop!
stop! You've messed up
the song so many times.
Someone's trying to
No,
take
No,
the
no,
banjo
I
away,
can,
and he's
I
like,
can
no,
get it. I
no,
can get it.
no,
I
no,
can
no,
get it
no.
this time.
Someone please throw off his groove. Throw off his groove.
My groove.
My groove!
Better it's like
Shut
this
it down.
is
Shut it
this
down,
is
boys.
Dale's banjo, so nobody can really say anything because
Okay,
it's his
so-
boat.
Mhm.
You want to reconnect to Sirenscape.
So how do I do
Okay.
How do I do that?
Just close it
Close it.
and yeah.
Now you're gonna. Oh God,
Make sure you pick Sirenscape Online player, Tay.
I did.
When you okay.
I'm back
Oh.
in.
I don't hear anything.
Yay.
I'm getting
Did it just crash the previous one then?
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
There we go.
Sweet
Now it's
silence.
working.
Such relief. Oh no,
Alright.
no.
I mean, I heard the thunder earlier, but then it
Yeah.
was immediately again replaced with banjo.
Yeah. It just got louder and louder. He's hitting his solo.
He was so scared of the lightning
Alright.
he couldn't stop.
Yeah.
So the thunder signifies it's time for Layla to go on the top deck as best she can. But hang on. All right. As you're about to go up on the onto the upper deck, the ship takes a really hard. It just like bucks to the side. It rolls to the side real hard. So if the five of you will give me a dexterity save.
I'm already sitting. Dang it!
I might go,
I might go
Yes, I can.
tumbling.
Oh
You've got-
gosh.
You're more
Or
stable than the
stumble.
rest of us. You've got 4 legs.
No, that just makes it worse.
Yeah,
How
no.
do I?
How do I click it?
You just click it.
Dex check.
Oh, it's in
Dex-
main. Okay.
Yeah, it's your main one, and you just double click it.
Saves are on the
Yeah.
right.
Dex save. Whee.
Oh, am I
Oh,
I don't
am
think
I
I
right
did it.
twice?
No.
I've got my sea legs.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
there.
okay, there it is.
Oh.
Marissa does not.
There we go.
Go, 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 go.
Horse going sliding.
Horse go
Let's
down.
go down.
He actually goes out the window.
Why
Were
is
you-
this
were you
not
s-
working?
Were you sitting?
No.
Just
I
gotta double
I'm
click it.
standing.
Okay,
There it
you
went.
were standing
Oh,
while
God.
you were playing dice.
All right.
I had just gotten up, but luckily
You've got
I
your
could
you've got your
see.
sea legs, so you're fine against it.
Let's see. All right.
I just
Fantastic.
Dex save.
Fantastic. Terrible. All right.
I'm all good for dex saves.
All right. Yeah. So you hold onto the table. Zal kind of like puts an arm behind you, so you don't go flying back. I didn't mean to do that.
Not like I like you or anything. Jeez.
The horse essentially just goes.
I put a gif in the Discord.
Slides, yeah, just slides back, crashes into Jake's books.
Oh no!
What is that gif?
Yeah, the gif. Yes, that one too.
And then
So
Deca
Layla
comes
gives a
crashing into the side as well.
Oh no!
Riv
My
just kind of goes,
legs are all
whoop.
all out.
Yeah.
Layla is going to snicker at Deca going crashing.
She rolls. Her barrel plops from under her and just boom.
Is this shit a sailor?
Yes, that's
Deca?
why Layla laughed. like the sailors expect the passengers to have this kind of thing happen.
Yeah,
But when it happens to another sailor, you just like, oh, I'm gonna rib him about that later.
Yeah. Don is about to fall, but he kind of like props himself and he holds Melanie. Fira, this young woman over here, she's let me give you a description real quick. Where'd she go?
Who, Fira?
There we go.
I did the quick little
Yeah.
change my stance to be in a proper
So
braced one. Tail instantly in balance.
she has dark brown skin, and basically black and blonde dreadlocks. She's constantly covered in what looks like leaf armor. She is a free spirit. She likes to just wander and roam about and hum to herself. And currently, she's just standing like wide and just bracing herself. And very, yeah, she's just like, like she doesn't know if this is normal or not.
Savage SpongeBob.
Yes, and she does that exactly. That is
Doodle
when.
Bob.
Let me pull this up over
What
here.
about Dale?
We don't know anything about Dale yet.
Yeah, he's up on the top deck. That is the captain.
How's
the ship.
How's Jake feeling about all this?
Yeah.
Well,
He has a horse.
he has a horse that has crushed his books,
Yeah.
and he's not.
And then a bear fell down on him.
Yeah. So he's not happy about any of this.
Think of the spine.
So just to give you a quick rundown of Dale, he's a rugged, stocky built man, a little over 5.5 feet, squarish face, elongated a bit by a bushy blonde and silvering beard. His time in the sun has tanned his skin into a near hide. And he has a scar along one cheek, and a voice that's hard to understand unless he's shouting commands to his crew, which happens to be right about now. And he says, "All hands on deck!"
What did he say?
What was that? Something about dick?
What?
All hands on deck. What?
All right, so Layla, you
Very
have little.
flailing to get up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Layla gets up there. You can see that the ship is already lively. The deck is already lively. People are beginning to grab ropes and start tying masts and whatnot. And you see a gap where somebody hasn't began getting to this large rope. So that's probably the place you could help out immediately. And if you do so, I'll need an athletics check.
And since I have the sailor background, do I get any special bonuses for it?
Advantage.
Yes, it's a reduced DC.
Ooh.
Okay.
What would normally be hard is considered a medium in this case.
That's not true. There it goes. Wah!
All right. So you get the rope, and one of the booms kind of swings away, and it begins to pull away from you. at the expense of 1 hit point. You can grab the rope still, but it's going to burn your hands. All right,
Yep,
so
I'll do it.
that'll turn it into a success.
Ew.
Ow.
Yes, so 1 point of damage.
It's cool. There's cold water on the
How do
on
I
their
change
hands.
the
It'll be
damage
okay.
on here? -1?
Um,
That is not how you do it.
She feels the burn all the time, right?
And she's unconscious.
Is that how you do it? Did that do it?
Yes.
Okay. So you put in the HP number.
Yes.
Where? Oh,
All
right.
right there.
We're learning it as we go.
Yeah.
All right. So that is your technically 2 actions. Everybody's had 1 action so far. Yes. All right. So as things are kind of bucking and rolling, the command from below deck is batten down the hatches. Let me put Dale up here. And there's a thing I can do. There we go.
I don't know
I don't know anything about boats. Are the hatches the little windows?
There we go. Now we got some
Pure
sound.
mechanics question. If
Okay.
one was to have absorb elements on,
Mhm.
and you were to get hit by lightning, does that mean you don't take the damage of the lightning? Because
would
you're
have to-
absorbing it to be used for a melee attack.
I would have to look
Or is-
more into that first,
Okay.
but I would assume that with something as powerful as lightning, that some damage is still going to get through. These
That's
things are
kind of
portals.
What I figured. What?
Yes.
This is
That's
what
what
some of the
Mary
things would
hears.
sound like. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is what some of the things sound like to non-sailors. I'm like a
Yes.
snowball. Like, what?
Twisted the
Just
jump out of the
bees.
All right. So yeah, they say
Knows.
batten the hatches. You can see that water has begun rising from the bilges.
Uh-oh.
Z-Ray, that means Gruzo's going to have some problems because as this is all going on, the water kind of rock back and forth, and on one of them, while you're holding onto this rope, a burst of wood kind of goes poof, and it just floats to the top, and then the water level starts to go up.
Oh, fuck!
So, you want to give me a swim check?
Is that acrobatics?
Athletics, sorry. It's athletics.
You dive Swan into the water.
Swan dive.
No, you
To the
dive
greatest
swan.
night of your life.
Glorious. So you swim over to the stairs, and you're kind of at the bottom as the bilges are sloshing about. I'm just going to do one of these numbers here. There we go. Put you right there. You haven't been noticed yet because you're still kind of below the horizon of the deck.
The little hooded goblin head just goes.
For everybody else below deck, I need a perception check.
Oh, perception.
Yeah, we're
Not
using...
investigation?
No, because we're
roll-
spotting issues.
I know.
Can I roll stealth? Just try and like keep myself from being seen as
Yes.
Okay.
It says that I
Lucky I'm a
Do
fuck
it.
deck.
because I don't
Because I don't have a wild card.
Oh, that's not. You're not clicking
What?
the right thing. Then.
Oh.
Click where it says total.
Yeah, the number.
The number that says like plus or minus under total. Double
So I
click
get to roll stealth check.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm in
Nice.
skills, and it's not letting me click it. So
You gotta double,
You gotta double click it.
I did. It's giving me 3 errors.
Oh god.
You
I
click
hit that.
the little literal number.
Ah,
Ah, be teleported.
Oh, fuck. I've gone blind.
Yeah, I clicked it. It's not doing anything.
All right.
So you
So
double click it.
Yeah, I did that
There it went.
before, and it did nothing before. Cool.
All right. So
Yeah, one there.
Sneaky motherfucker.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, he is.
for Miri, as she's getting to her hooves,
I hear him
I
back.
hear him batting on the hatch.
What does that
What does that mean? Get up.
You spot water sloshing up the stairs nearby. The stairs to your left.
I just
grab over this way.
onto Deca.
Is that
Is that good?
Is Deca even a... Oh yeah, Deca is a sailor.
Yeah.
Decca's like, "Huh. Don't grab a hold of me. That's bad. That's real
Why are you
bad."
touching me? Oh God!
Meanwhile,
don't grab. Oh no!
yeah. Meanwhile, Nissa and Gadget are like, "Batten down what hatches? What are you talking about? What is that sloshing? Is that outside?" I keep marking this wrong.
I think water is supposed to stay outside the boat. That's bad,
Having water,
right?
having
Yeah,
water
that's
inside
bad.
having water inside the boat is mechanically unsound.
As an artificer, I declare that
Checks out like it just just takes out a bunch of tools and just like fans them out. Let's do this.
Simp my boat.
You need something that needs fixing? Shing!
Shing.
All right. So back above deck.
the sails.
You are tying this particular boom off properly now that you have a hold of the rope. And then a bolt of lightning strikes kind of in the distance, and it highlights a growing mass in the distance. What appears to be a mountain approaching. And you notice that it's going to be.
Not Sav.
You notice that it's approaching the ship, and it's going to hit it right on the side. There's nothing you can do about it but brace. And as the ship begins to rise, yeah, the boat begins to tilt, and below deck too, it's just like tilt, and everything else just comes sliding after a certain point. Just everything's just sliding. The table crashes down. Even poor Nissa is like uncomfortably up against Melanie.
So us sailors on the deck.
You have to give me an athletics.
Well, I was going to say a common practice for sailors in heavy seas is there are guidelines, ropes strung around the edge of the thing, so people would have started tying themselves off.
Yes, that's exactly what's going on. I'll need an athletics, yes, because depending on the success, very good. So, as it's tilting, you're having to hold yourself up and try and tie yourself down, essentially, against the rising wave. And at one point, you're kind of up against not a mast, but up against a larger pole, and you are almost laying down.
Oh.
I'm gonna need an acrobatics from Gruzo.
I already made it.
Gruzo, as it begins to slide, as concerned as you are, water is starting to now spill up and out of the bilges because things are going sideways. You are kind of like doing an inception, like walking up the wall. You're just like, this is bad. This is real bad. The wall's becoming the floor. Water's going everywhere.
Right.
Less than ideal would be apt. Yes.
Gruzo got acrobatics for days.
Yes.
It's down.
And then the wave crashes on the ship, and water just splashes down the stairs all the way down to the lower decks. And it's at this point in time that, everybody sees the water obviously coming up from the bilges, but the water below deck begins to... It builds up enough to where there's like a good, I want to say 2 to 3 inches steadily on the floor as the ship begins to right itself and things kind of sway. And then because you're at the top of the wave, it does the opposite thing. So slidey. Unless you can hold on to something with an athletics check.
I'll try to hold on to something.
Deca grabs a hold of this pole.
I guess I
I'm
will
tied
try.
off, so I'm good.
You
Right?
said athletics, right?
Yeah, you're currently tied off. Yeah. Yes, athletics.
You okay there?
No. No, I'm not.
Just jump and flutter.
That's exactly why I said no, I'm not, because I have a -1, and I knew after I rolled that 20, it's gonna be nothing but crap rolls tonight. I just
You managed to hold onto this mass pole
Jesus
going below
hold the
deck.
wheel and just let it go.
Flutter. She lets
flutter,
go,
flutter,
and
flutter,
you
flutter.
just hear the wings kind of.
Frantic
and
flutter.
Salvador's like he looks up and he just sees. No. And she just like lands feet first onto his face and then has to like walk to the side.
I am so sorry. I'm like, even I know that's rude. I'm sorry.
Don't.
I immediately
Just
start
don't.
dusting off his face.
Just stop.
You got a little silk dust on you.
Sadly, during all of this, Sab, you realize one terrible error has occurred. And that is the simple fact that you don't see Dale on deck.
Of course.
And the wheel is spinning wildly. So, you're the closest person to that wheel. You want to go try and get control of this ship?
I've got the tie line and I've got the guidelines, so I'm gonna have to.
All right. You won't need an athletics to get over there because you exceeded what you needed previously. So you're pretty steady as you're getting over there to the wheel. However, it is spinning wildly and really fast. I'm going to need an athletics to stop it, and hopefully without injury.
I don't know if that actually rolled in the thing or not.
If it didn't go into
It
the...
did not. It was
Okay, then it didn't.
plus 5,
you-
which is good.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, if you wanted to re-roll it into there, that's fine. 15.
That's what it rolled, so I'm just gonna go with it.
Okay, so with a 15, you managed to stop it, but not without it cracking into your hand several times, and then you kind of like getting a hold of it. I'm going to ask that you take 2 bludgeoning damage as you manage to save it.
We haven't even gone in a fight yet, and she's taking a beating.
Yeah, it's rough being a sailor. However, it is another success. That said, everybody on the lower deck here has to go up a deck. The water is rising rapidly.
I got some oars. Will that help?
Some what?
I got some oars. Will that help? Literal oars.
If you wait long enough, I'm sure they'll help.
Okay.
She
plug up the holes.
would just get half a barrel and just start rowing up the steps. It's at this point in time that you're really going to have some trouble stealthing here, Crusoe.
Layla's also gonna be shouting down, "Captain on deck! Captain on deck!"
Ruzo's, as soon as he sees like the water's starting to get high, he's
The
gonna force
captain
everyone
was
out
the
of
one
here.
that called
He's gonna try and go
down
up the stairs
everyone
ahead of everyone.
up there.
No, Dale was down below with you guys in the hold when it happened.
No, he had been up.
No.
No, he had been up
He
there,
was up
and he's
there.
been
Oh, okay.
he's
Suddenly
after the
he's
wave.
not
He's
there.
gone.
Oh,
Crusoe,
okay.
hang
I
on,
thought
what
he
was
ran
Crusoe saying?
Overboard is
Oh,
Hang on.
going on.
What was Crusoe
Then I would
saying?
call out man overboard.
As soon as Gruzo sees that like the water's gonna force everyone up to the next deck, before even anyone starts going for the stairs, he's gonna try and go first to get ahead and out before
Okay.
anyone else goes.
All right, so grab me because you're moving into where people can clearly see you. It's going to be a stealth with disadvantage.
Why do the dice
Still
roll
pretty good.
underneath?
Does anybody have a perception above 4? Or yeah, above 4. No, just above 4. The passive is 10 plus
My passive is 16, but I'm on trying to find shit.
Okay,
11.
so if nobody has a 4, then none of you guys noticed it.
Perception is +3.
However,
And
Geoff, Jeffrey, and Zal are like, What is that? And it's gone. Everybody looks over, and it's gone.
It's water!
No, something just ran by from below. It's huge.
Don't freak me out.
The biggest rat I've ever seen.
Yeah, like they was like, what the crap? They're like, was that a were-rat?
Whatever.
It doesn't matter, just go, get up.
Because like the only way up to the ladder is like past Miri, so whenever someone says, "What is that?" and it's like that! Like pick it up her leg.
And she rolls back again. All right,
is the first officer on deck?
hang on a second. We're going to get through their action, and I'll get back to the deck situation. So,
Well, the
yeah,
reason
with
I ask
the
is
water.
that bearing on them as they come up, the sailors should be being instructed to tie them off too.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
if the first officer's not on deck, then Layla would have to make that call. And she would call
Layla, while they may be on deck, like they're probably towards the back of the ship, or sorry, the opposite side of the ship.
But they don't see the captain. Is gone.
And it's not so much that there's just so much chaos going on board that Layla being apt enough is probably just going to go ahead and call that anyways.
Yeah.
So as you guys are getting up on deck, people are like getting you over to guidelines, but you can also see that there is a sense of dread and panic. In doing so, some of these guys are like struggling, like they're like shaking, trying to tie you guys down, and every crack of lightning kind of makes them flinch. They're performing poorly. And if you would like, each of you, each of the ones that are not Layla, if you can give me either a deception or persuasion check to help calm these probably greenhorns down.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna want to try that persuasion.
Do I count as a greenhorn?
No, you would have to calm one down.
If I'm proficient, do I have advantage?
Who are we saying? It's
You add your proficiency
Gives
to
you
it.
your proficiency bonus, which is
Who's
+2.
making the checks?
These,
Each of you.
yeah, you, Nissa, Gruzo,
Oh
And-
God, these rolls. I'm so
and Mary.
angry right now.
So
That 20 ruined it all. Testing it out.
We're all gonna die!
So there's 13
No.
15?
No, it's already added.
it's yes, you're good.
Okay.
So one from Gruzo as well. Currently, they don't care that you're a goblin. They were just given the order to tie the crew up, or sorry, to tie the passengers up to their guidelines.
Okay,
You
just
want
I thought you were gonna
me
say
to
just tie them up.
I mean, they might just tie you up if your hood
Wow.
flies off. Better be
What would
holding
you
on
like to
that.
say? Is there anything you want to say to this particular crew member who is struggling to tie you up, shaking with their knots? Like,
please finish trying.
If at least one of us has to die, don't let it be me.
Wow. That's a nat 20 on that persuasion for that.
he looks down, and he realizes what he's talking to, and he's just like, I guess somebody's greener than me, and he continues to tie them off, to tie you off, and like, and he moves to the next person.
Oh man, he got hit with the red but not reply. We got left on red.
Yeah. That said, you spot Dale, Layla. You spot Dale, and it looks like he has been rendered unconscious.
Okay, he is still
Struck
on
by
deck.
either a boom, but he is on deck, and he's to Layla's left, kind of behind some crates. He is not tied off. He's kind of just sliding about behind these boxes. That said, before you have much of a chance to act on that, a crack of lightning strikes one of the masts. It begins these big old here. Hang on.
Yeah, we don't see them. Yeah, it's like we don't.
No,
see
no,
them
you
right
do.
now.
It's the circles. The black circles. You see those.
Foremast,
So-
the mid-mast,
Okay.
or the aft mast?
The mid,
Of course it is.
the tallest one. And a portion of it shatters immediately, and another portion of it begins to ignite, and the middle to the upper quarter begins to fall.
Which direction?
It is falling in a direction that I'm going to need you to make a dexterity save.
Me?
Yes.
Pull properly. There it goes. It's difficult to do the drag roll in the thing properly. If you try and roll it
double-click it.
quickly, it just...
Oh.
Yeah, I did that time,
Yeah.
and it works.
Yeah, double click is probably the easiest way to go. Alright, so you dodge out of the way and manage to drag Dale free from this crashing mast coming back. It drags itself across the back sail as well. In the process, several of the crew are trying to duck and dodge out of the way. Not everybody's been tied down, and the people that haven't been tied down would be Miri, Gadget, and Nissa. The green the people that were tying you guys were just too nervous to finish in time. So to avoid the splinters and the bottom pieces of this mast coming down on you, I need a dexterity save.
Oh boy, my favorite.
Gruzo, regardless, you're out of the way, so you're good.
Yay!
What is with my rolls?
It's because
you're a demon.
Yeah.
Also, make sure that wait, why did you roll a Constitution save?
Yeah, it's a Constitution. That's not a dex.
That's not Dex.
I mean, I pressed Dex.
You obviously did not.
No, I mean, I did press Dex.
The demon's lying to
They're
us!
the same. They're the same anyway.
Is it the same bonus? Okay,
Yeah,
well,
it's the
then
same.
Okay.
I guess it don't matter.
I mean, I can
All
roll
right.
it again. Hopefully.
Layla, your dex as well. Thank you.
Oh, I have
Alright.
to roll again?
No, I'm not. I meant to say Gadget. My bad.
I was confused.
No, you're good. So
I made that save.
splinters fragmenting off and pieces of wood come crashing down, damaging both Marissa and Nissa for 3 damage. Piercing, bludgeoning, kind of. You take your pick there.
Where do we put this?
On your hit points?
On your wounded.
Okay, so put just
Yeah,
3 in
where it
there.
says wound. Yeah.
We can't see your health bars.
Yeah.
By the way.
No, there's not no health bars. Okay. So,
So you might want
as
to
you're-
edit your damage on D&D Beyond as well.
I mean, you don't have to.
Again.
As long as it's here, we're all good. So as all this is going on, Layla, you're trying to get your bearings, and another large strike of lightning kind of blinds everybody. The night's going to be a bad one.
Is it... So it's my turn now, though, right?
No. Hang on a second.
No.
Wait a second, okay?
I've got sailing
Shortly after
things to do.
this blinding light flashes, the ship bucks again wildly.
Whee!
We find ourselves fading to black on this particular scene.
We're dead.
Oh, I
Yes.
was gonna do
Campaign
cool
Campaign
stuff.
over.
That was quick.
I was gonna grab one of the planks and cast light on it and throw it down. And
Knock someone out with it.
Well, some people are probably already knocked out by all the happenings ons. This is where we make our first divergence in the story. I have to total something up really quickly, so we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll get to the results of what goes on. All right, so if you guys want to get some snacks, some drinks, go ahead and do that, and then we'll settle in for the other portion of the adventure.
Can we please not have you roll that insane number that just basically explodes the dang ship again, and then we're completely off?
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Continent.
That's not a thing. Good. No, there's structure to the story.
That was very much derailed.
Alright, I'm going on BRB screen.
Oh, it's just on my screen.
Mm-hmm.